On January 10th, a school board in Tennessee removed mouse from the curriculum for 8th grade students, citing nudity and inappropriate language as the reason. Our Ryan Forgosh has the story.
Mouse, a serial graphic novel released from 1980 to 1991, has been a seminal work in Holocaust education, becoming respected enough to be the only graphic novel to earn a Pulitzer. Now that Mouse has been essentially banned by this Tennessee school board, people are asking, was this a form of anti-Semitism attempting to downplay the events of the Holocaust? Is this an isolated incident? And is there validity to this ban? The author of Mouse, Art Spiegelman, on February 7th spoke on a webinar hosted by the Jewish Federation of Greater Chattanooga about the banning of the book. Here, he spoke about his conflicting opinions on it.
I just agreed with the school board. Yeah, teach in college or when you're retired, but don't teach children or don't let anybody see how bad things can be. That school board member also suggested that what we need is a book that shows the patriotism we can proudly feel for having liberated the Jews from the camps. It's a much more complex story than that, and if they're willing to tell the complex story, I'd be glad to help make it, you know.
Although Spiegelman doesn't have a problem with Mouse being replaced in the curriculum, he takes issue with the reason.
So I believe this is all about parents wanting to control their kids in the guise of protecting them. So therefore, I just think it's all about control, and control that doesn't need to be exercised. What needs to be exercised is empathy and intelligence.
Professor Hilary Shute is a literary professor and comic expert at Northeastern University. She wrote her thesis on Mouse and worked with Spiegelman on his follow-up to Mouse, Meta-Mouse.
I was surprised at the reasons, but I wasn't surprised that Mouse, is a text that is getting these strong responses. Because it's always elicited a lot of strong response, and it is, a graphic look at a very, very hard to comprehend and express history. So I was surprised and not surprised at the same time.
Although she was not surprised that Mouse would be banned, she did not agree that Mouse shouldn't be taught at the 8th grade level.
It is a difficult book to read and to look at. I think that 8th graders can handle it. So I do not think it should be banned.
Although the Boston Public Schools didn't comment about the status of Mouse going forward in Boston schools, Shute gave her opinion on the possibility.
I think this current appetite that we see in the United States for banning books, I don't think, it's just like a Tennessee problem or just a Southern problem. I think that impulse that I find really galling right now for educators and parents to want to control certain ideas that get taught in the classroom, that's everywhere.
While a ban on Mouse and other similar stories is yet to have happened here in Boston, it's important to stay aware of this situation. Moving forward, we will see how other school boards react to the ban and if they will follow suit. Ryan Forgosh, Emerson Radio Boston, signing off.